Welcome back to Cottrell's Hunting and Trapping Outdoors. I am headed up to the farm. It's Friday evening. I just got home from work. I'm going to go up here and cut some more firewood, and you all can come along with me as I go up here and do this. And this video will be out next week sometime, probably on Monday. I'll post this video, but this video is going to have a little bit of everything on it again, and plus me dipping and boiling my traps part 2 will be on this video. So I will talk to you when we get up here to the farm, and y'all can watch me work for a little bit. But as you just all seen, I was down there gathering up black walnuts off of that tree right here, and I'm up here at the farm again this morning, and this is Sunday morning, and it's about 9:30. But that is one of the main things I put in to start the process of dipping my canine traps and my traps that I do my trapping with. Right here is something else that God provides for me to get this process done of me dipping my traps and boiling them. Right here's some sumac, and that's just right down here off the side of the yard here at the farm. And then if you can see right down through there, that there pine tree right there, he's provided for me to get some pine boughs off there, a few of them, and to put in this too. So I will get this stuff off here, and I'll put you up on the tripod, and you just sit back and watch me work here. But anyhow, this is what sumac berries are. And I'm not so sure, but I think you can take them off there and you can make tea out of these too. Them aren't the poison sumac, but don't quote me on that, because I'd hate to tell you something that would hurt you, but that's the pods off these. And another thing, if y'all follow me on my beekeeping channel, that's Struggling Beekeeper Mark Cottrell, I use a lot of these in my smoker in the fall, and supposedly they have a natural thing in them to deter mites. I don't know about that either, but I've been told that. So I'll get off here. This is another ingredient in me boiling and dipping my traps. then right here you see that I got some pine boughs, and that's about enough to put in there. I just put a few of these in to make sure that I get all the smell off of my traps. So right there you have that too. And right here in this yard, I was provided two things to put in here to dip my traps. So I could go out and get speed dip and do it like that, but I like to do it the old school way. So now let's go down home. I'll gather up the traps and we'll head over to my house and get a fire started, and we will get this process underway. Right here is the traps that I got to boil and dip, and these are the traps I used last year, and I will take them over and boil and dip them, but I keep them hung here in this here building when I'm not using them. And if y'all have followed my channel, you know this is where I keep them hung at. But I'm going to get these traps out of here, and this is what I will be taking over home and boiling and dip, and this is what I mostly use. And then what I do after I get this done, I put them in this here Rubbermaid tub right here, and there's traps in there from last year that I didn't use that had been dipped and boiled and dipped and put in here to store. And then but anyhow, you can see this is what I have to do, and I'll take them over to the house and do them. It's an awful lot of work for just a few traps, but if it keeps an animal from digging these traps up or smelling these traps, then it's worth it to me. Well,
if you walk the demo for like 30 minutes or more, and you walk me for 30 minutes or more, it's 2 hours.
just hold that right there like that. Don't get it on the fire.
Alright, here, hold this, and I'm gonna get a shot. Here, Shiley, let's get inside. Yes, I'm gonna walk.
I hosed all the mud off these traps here, and I don't know if you can see them against that rock or not, but right there is the traps that I usually get a run throughout the year, and that's about my average. I've got 2 over there on the concrete right there, and there's 12 traps right here, and this is what I run last year. This is with me working and everything. This is what I can keep up with and keep going during the trapping season. And I had 12 traps out, but everything, I got them all hosed off, got the mud out of them, and I'm just waiting for the water to heat up here, and then I will throw them in there, and I'll show you what all ingredients that I put in there to boil and dip my traps with. But you can see these 2 traps right here. I'm going to take you over there, and I've got a little story to tell about them if you want to hear it. But these 2 traps right here hold a little bit of sentimental value for me. And this trap right here on the left, as you're looking at this, I caught my very first coyote in that trap, and I caught him up at the farm. I don't think I have a video on him. No, I don't have a video on him, but the first coyote I ever caught, I caught in this here Duke 1 3/4 or 175 trap, and I caught that thing, and I had him on there's about 12 foot of chain on that trap right there, and I had it tied off to a tree, and I caught him up there. But I remember driving up over the hill there, and I come up across the knoll there, and I looked where this trap was, and I seen him running around there, and I thought I had caught someone's German Shepherd dog. But what it was a black coyote with blonde on it, and it reminded me of a German Shepherd. I've actually got him in the freezer in there, rolled up in a black paper bag, or a plastic bag wrapped in newspaper. I want my dad to do a taxidermist mount on him. And then this trap over here, it's another Duke 1 3/4 or 175, whatever you call it. And this is the trap I caught my first red fox on. So I remember these traps, and I will put a little mark on them, but they do have some sentimental value to me. And I thought you all might want to hear that. Here, Solid. Come on. Come on, buddy. Ouch. Yep. Okay, that water's starting to get hot now, and I want to add this stuff in. But right here's my pine boughs, and I'll show you all this when I get it in there. Put them in there. And then I got my sumac here. Go ahead and dump that in. And then I got my walnuts that we went and got there this morning. Okay, here's everything in there. Got your black walnuts, your sumac, and your pine boughs. So that's what I'm gonna dip these traps in, and when this water comes to a boil, it was starting to get warm, get hot there, so I wanted to get that in and get it started getting hot with the stuff in there, and then I'll add the traps in and let them boil for about 20 minutes in there. So I'll get back with you here in a little bit, but this is what it looks like with everything in there. Okay, the water's starting to boil here now, so I'm gonna put my traps in there. So I'll get them in there, I'll set you up on the tripod and put them in there. Okay, I got them in there, and now I'll let them boil for about 20 minutes in here. I'll keep that fire going pretty hot and let them boil for about 20 minutes, and then I'll take them out of there, and then we'll dip them in the wax. But it's starting to rain here, so I don't know how much more I'm going to get a film here. It just now started raining, so hopefully this rain passes by and I can film a little bit more. This video is already up to 60 minutes, but you all don't have to worry about that because I'm going to edit this down to maybe about a quarter of this. So I will talk to you when I get ready to dip them in the wax. Right here they are all dipped up. And yes, you can see a little bit of paint on some of these. Years ago, I thought I was going to paint my traps. I was trying to be quick about it and paint them and do it like that and then dip them in full metal jacket, but that didn't work very well for me. So this is why I went back to the old school way. But right here you can see them all dipped up, and this is what they look like. And what I will do, I've got the wax on the fire now with some water in it, and I'll let that get up to temperature, and we will dip these in wax and we will be done with this. But right there you can see how they turned out. All I care about is that there ain't no scent on them, and that when I put them in the ground that the critters can't smell them. Right there's my block of wax. I've got it in some water there, and I'm going to let it heat up. And I'm not telling y'all what to do here, but this is hot wax in this thing right here. And if you all use a turkey fryer with a propane tank on it, please be careful and use all precautions. I'm not too worried about it right out here in the open flame, but this is hot wax. Keep in mind, this stuff is very flammable and it can cause fires. But I'm going to get these traps dipped in this here wax, and I will set you up and show you how I do that. Okay, I think we're ready to go here. So let me try one of these. This fire might be a little bit hot, but I can make it work. Okay, right here they are. I'm all done with them. I'm going to end this video right here, but them traps all have a light coat of wax on them. So I'm all done with this. It took me about 8 hours to do this today, but it was well worth it. But these things all have a thin layer of wax on them, and they're good to be put in the ground now. So I will end this video here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will get this thing edited and out here sometime this week. But that was part 2 of me boiling and dipping my traps. So I will get off here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all on the next one. As I always say, I hope the good Lord is blessing you wherever you may be here this evening, and I hope that He is taking care of you today. I will see you all on the next one. This is something you don't see very often here in my area anymore. We don't have many of these here, but this is a rough grouse. And I had to put this in here because is an opportunity that I don't get very often. I'm going to try to get out of the truck here and show you this a little bit better. This is something I haven't probably seen one of these in 20 years around here. I hope it stays around here and they get started back up around here, but this is just something you don't see a whole lot of here anymore. When I was a kid growing up, this used to be a pretty common thing to go out and get a couple of these and bring them home and eat them, but you just don't see that much anymore.